So is it too late to get into crypto? If you look at the Bitcoin chart, you can see we're sitting at 51K right now, and we're just about 33% away from all-time highs at 69,000 back from 2022. So I can understand if you're watching this, if you've been looking at the crypto market from the sidelines, that it may seem like you've missed out on the opportunity to make some money. Everything's way too expensive and you're too late. I don't think this is the case at all. I think there's still tons of opportunity to make money in crypto, even just buying on spot and making money off your coins that you bought going up. And I'm going to explain why in this video, give you guys some data, give you guys some of the things that I've learned over the past 4 years trading Bitcoin, and then you can come to your own conclusion whether or not you think it's worth getting into Bitcoin or some other altcoins at this time. So before we do a deeper dive into the charts, I'm going to talk a little bit about the Bitcoin halving cycles. I'm hoping that everybody who's watching this, especially if you already have some money in Bitcoin, that you already know how the halving cycles work. But if you don't, basically there's a halving event every 4 years where the reward for Bitcoin miners gets cut in half for mining a block. So you can see back in 2016 when I first got into crypto, if you mined a block of Bitcoin using a Bitcoin miner, your reward for that was 12.5 Bitcoin. And then after April 2020, so this happens every 4 years, you can see, after the halving event in April 2020, the reward for mining a block got cut in half to 6.25 Bitcoin. And now in 2024, just a couple months away, it should be April or May, the reward is going to get cut in half again to 3.125 Bitcoin per block. With the reward of Bitcoin getting cut in half every 4 years for mining a block, but more people using the Bitcoin network every year, this makes it more expensive for the miners to continue mining Bitcoin, while at the same time they're getting half as much Bitcoin as they were originally. So this forces price to go up to allow the miners to continue making money and for there even being a point in mining Bitcoin. So typically you'll see some really interesting price action around these 4 years, and usually about a year before the halving event is when you'll see the bottom of the cycle. If you want to learn more about the halving cycles, I definitely would recommend watching some videos on it. CoinGecko has a good just 3-minute video explaining how it works. So now that you guys understand the halving cycles a little bit, there's an indicator I have on TradingView, so it shows me the halving cycles on the chart, which is really nice. So you can kind of compare each cycle and kind of see what we can expect the next few months based on the last 2 cycles. So considering we're about 2 or 3 months away from the halving, let's go take a look at the last halving cycle and see where price was sitting at about 3 months before the halving. So back in February 2020, just a couple months before the next halving cycle of 2020, you can see price had a huge dip before. We dropped all the way from 19,000 all-time highs to right around 3K, which is an 83% drop. Something like this will happen pretty much every Bitcoin halving cycle, like an 80 to 90% dip, which definitely shakes out most investors. But let's just look and see, like, worst case scenario if you were to start buying Bitcoin, because it's a little bit cheaper in comparison to where we are in this halving cycle. There's still like 100% gain, but let's just look and see, even if you just bought at all-time highs, right? Let's mark it up. Even if you started buying Bitcoin at the 2020 all-time highs, or sorry, at the 2019 all-time highs, let's see how much you still would have made off that last cycle. So you can see this is where the halving was, and we had that extra dip. I don't think we're going to see something as aggressive as this, but we had that extra dip all the way back down to 4K. That was from the COVID news happening in March 2020, which crashed all the markets. So you can see, even if we bought at all-time highs back in 2020 and we held until the all-time highs in 2022 for the last halving cycle, you'd still be up 230%, which is a lot more than you're going to be getting off of really high cap stocks and any other assets. So still very, very good, and that is worst case scenario if you're just averaging in at the high and you're not doing any kind of trading at all. Another thing that makes me bullish and makes me think that we're just getting started on this halving cycle is that we got the quarterly earnings from Coinbase like a week or so ago, and you can see we're not even close to the peak of 2021 trading volume. You can see there was $177 billion just that quarter, and we bottomed out in the third quarter of 2023, only 11 billion, and we're just starting to climb from there. So It'll be interesting to see at like the peak of the bull market in 2025 how much this is going to be compared to the 177 billion from 2021. So I've given you guys a little bit of my price speculation. I've shown you guys what it would look like if you were to buy at the worst time possible in the last halving cycle. And the reason I'm showing you guys all this is because I'm not a trader, right? I've been learning how to trade for 4 years, but the way I trade, the way my strategy is, the way I invest, I should say, is all with me acknowledging that I don't know how to trade. I'm not a professional trader, and I want to be able to take positions that I'm going to be okay regardless of where price goes. The main thing that I think you can do to acknowledge not being a trader and still profit off it is called dollar cost averaging. So dollar cost averaging is basically putting the same amount of money into something every week, regardless of the price intervals, right? So that's like, regardless of where Bitcoin price is, I'm gonna put in $100 every Friday at 12 o'clock. And what this does is that it makes you almost immune to the price fluctuations of Bitcoin, because say you put your whole life savings in on a Friday, and then by Monday price is down 20%. You're gonna be pissed off because you could have bought at a 20% dip. You're now down. But if you're dollar cost averaging, you're gonna be cool with it because next Friday comes along, you're still down 20%. You just put in another $100, and now you're buying Bitcoin at a 20% discount. So I will mention that I don't actually have too much money invested into Bitcoin. Pretty much my entire portfolio is in altcoins, mainly Solana. But the reason that I watch Bitcoin is because as the price of Bitcoin goes up, that liquidity trickles down into altcoins, making them go up as well, and vice versa. If money starts coming out of Bitcoin, chances are it's going to start coming out of altcoins as well. So this is my plan. Whether you guys want to copy it or not, I'm just letting you guys know. I'm dollar cost averaging into alts basically every day until Bitcoin hits 69K again, and then I'm going to chill out and just wait until 2025. So all my altcoins like Solana, I'm positioning them in places in DeFi that are going to earn me the most yield, whether it's just putting it into liquidity pools, staking it, farming airdrops with it, using it to trade NFTs, meme coins, whatever. The whole goal is that I'm using my Solana that I'm holding to earn more Solana, or if you're like an Ethereum user, use your Ethereum, park it in the right places. That's going to earn you more Ethereum that you can hold until 2025 or whenever you think Bitcoin is going to top out. For me, I'm going to be waiting until mid 2025, and then I'm going to start dollar cost averaging out, swapping that all into US dollars. I'm sure I'll be making videos about that when the time comes. Thank you guys so much for watching till the end. I have an exciting announcement. So next week, I'm going to be dropping a free training called How to Start Airdrop Farming in 2024. It's going to give you the complete rundown of what airdrop farming is, how you can start out, and how you can start making money with it in 2024 today. If you guys want more information on that and you want to keep up with everything I'm doing, make sure to subscribe to my YouTube channel as well as join my Discord. I'll put the link in the description. All the videos that I make, I post the plays that are involved with it days or a week before in my Discord, so you guys get all the plays that I'm making early. You get that information early. And I also drop some plays in there that I don't mention on my YouTube at all. Gonna wrap it up here. Make sure to check out that training next week when I drop it. Take care.